Alrighty, good evening everyone and welcome to the RSF1 Division 3 Spanish Grand Prix. I am Jedi Gamer 46 and I'm joined tonight by Aaron SC0.
Alright, how are we?
Can't complain myself, you?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good. My COVID's finally wearing off, so all's well.
I had my race round here last night and it didn't end very well, so hopefully it's better tonight for these drivers.
Indeed. And we got action immediately. It is Nifty Nasri in the Mercedes, first onto the track. There we go. For some reason there was no audio. There we are, fixed now. Just stay on board with Nazir as he goes for his flying lap. A little bit of a bump through turn 1, but smooth on the exit so far. Looking very quick so far, nice and... And now the worst chicane in F1 history right now. So glad they're getting rid of this for the next season, or this season I suppose. Hopefully next game 2, DRS open and across the line for a 118.5. Harry is in he's also in the mediums. As Desborough goes P2 then 18.6. We've got a spin there, that's like one of the Alpines, and it's Blazer Guns. Oh, he's also collected. He's kind of stuck on the Williams car. This is GSRL Alpha, who's on the intermediates. Oh, and Blazer's got a 5-place grid penalty for the collision with Alpha. That's... I don't think that's fair, and Alpha taking brake boards, that's rude. Jamie's got a 5-place grid penalty for collision with Frenchie. Guys, can we keep it clean? It's only qualifying. And I'm fairly certain that's not allowed, running on the intermediates in dry conditions. Sure, the stewards can that one, as Ipswich Techers puts Aston Martin onto provisional P1 with a 17.9. Very impressive time.
I had someone in my division last night on the intermediates, so I'm not sure what's going to be said about that.
I've just... Every league I've ever been in, it's just been a rule. You don't use inters in quali unless it's wet. Like obviously it's
Oh,
your
and he's
tracks.
out!
Oh,
Blazer has
Blazer.
crashed into the pit lane.
Oh, mate. His night's just gone from bad to worse. Now he's going to be starting from the back regardless. Oh dear. Oh, there's the... That's the problem with the game. It's just spawned his car onto the apex of the final corner. Well done on Jamie TC09 there for avoiding that. There's also one of the Ferraris spawned there. Turned out to yeah, every league I've ever been in, it's kind of been a rule. You only use inters in qualifying if the weather actually requires it. Because of course you're on dry track, you're going to burn out the tyres and spin way easier. And I think unfortunately that might have been what happened, and he collected Blazer guns with him. Yellow flag, that is... not sure who that is. I think that's Aston, not an AlphaTauri. The dark green and the grey look too similar when you're in a yellow flag zone. So I think it'll be Soggy Salmon here in the Alpine. Off 43.8, so that is absolutely not his relative lap time. Jamie TC09 improves into the top 10. We've got a spin in
We've
sector
got contact,
3.
I think.
Yep. That is
Harry
Karma.
DeWolf and I believe Karma and Harry DeWolf having contact.
Whoa, Karma. I was actually about to say well done for staying out of the way, but then he decided to move right at the last second. I believe that is Graceful Rook. Thankfully it was not on a timed lap, so that shouldn't be much of a problem. Not quite sure what happened between Karma and Hairy Dwarf. Hopefully they're not going to make a big fuss about it. This is Salmon coming into the pits. Jamie is invalid, so we can expect him to follow suit, and he does. Harry's running the company as well, so we'll go back to Graceful Rook in the Haas. A bit of sector. Looking good. DRS is very much depleted. Egon in P6 has decided he is safe, and Graceful Rook goes P3 with an 18.3. Very nice. Bradshaw now in the Aston Martin. That's also an 18.3, hundredths quicker. Goes up to P3 himself, pushes Graceful into P4.
Slim Shady coming across the line now.
Oh, we've got GSRL Alpha starting his lap as a plethora of cars coming out alongside him. Yellow's in sector 1, one of the Alpines has spun. Maybe a bit too much curb here, Alpha. The exit. The penultimate corner, but... Oh, he's invalidated right at the end! Oh dear.
That would have been a good lap as well.
19.3, that would have put him E14, so actually, he'd have still been at risk. I think he's got plenty of time to come back in and do another lap, I think.
He's taking modular cats out of spin.
Yep. And that's right at the end as well.
Taking new line.
He's just getting some practice for the next game. Learning the new chicane now. The new corner even.
Anyone will be sad to see that chicane go.
Not in the slightest. That chicane lap on Monday night cost me a podium. No, points. Sorry, wrong league. I was going to finish P7, but I got track limit penalties, one of which came from the chicane because I kind of half spun off the last one. You take too much on the right-hander, it just kind of spits you out to the left.
Yeah.
It just gave me an instant penalty. Penalty. Now, fair enough, I had 2 warnings, so the third obviously does get me the penalty, but I thought it's rather unfair that I didn't really have control over the car. Dropped to P11 by only 0.3 of a second.
Doggy Sam's going to have to watch out here because he's got Harry going to fly out behind him.
Yep, there's been a few chats about laps being blocked and moving. Oh, and he's
spun. Has that affected his lap?
I hope not.
As I
Well, as far as getting out of the way goes, that is an admittedly unique method there from Soggy Salmon, but I don't think it's going to be...
Doesn't seem to have affected, because he's gone faster.
Fair enough.
We had a full wet race last night for Division 5.
Oh, that does not sound
fun.
Nice. No.
No. Yep, we started on wets, went for wets for most race. Obviously DNF'd halfway through because I just lost it.
This track is
intermediate
in the rain though.
It is. I'm not too sure like what the weather's going to be for this race. Well, we had this sort of track qualifying yesterday, so.
Well, we're right on board with Modular Cat and see what lap he can put in. See if he can get himself. Took the first chicane very nice actually. Very nice line through the last chicane. Up to the line, it's going to be a 1:19.5, and just by
It's
the
not a
skin of his
particularly quick
teeth,
lap.
just by the skin of his teeth, he's into P14. What can Harry
Here he
Dwarf
was
say
on a
about
lap
that?
behind.
Yep.
Jamie crosses the line with a 1:17.9% P4.
Nice.
What can Harry Dwarf do? Opens DRS, puts on P6 with a 1:18.1. Knocks modular cat out, I believe.
Safe at the moment, however, both Alpha, both of which are on softs. Soggy Salmon 5 seconds up on his time. So far, no. I wouldn't actually put him through.
Which he seems to
Ooh,
have
he
done
does
so.
just that. Up to the line, it's a 19.5
It's not going to be enough though.
by 2-1. For 1, 2, 3. Can he make his way into Q2? A little bit of a
And
bump on
what
the
a car on
chicane.
that exit.
Yeah.
DRS open to take on P 1:17.6.
Very nice lap.
That
And
is
unfortunately,
a lap.
means we'll not see him through. And not the best start to the week for Alpine either. Both drivers on the back row of the grid. So FFR Harry tops the sessions of Q1 for Alfa Romeo. And we lose from Q1 LR Blazer Guns, his teammate Soggy Salmon, and SDK Modular Cat.
It looks like that 5 grid penalty is not really going to affect Blazer Guns anyway. Since he's good at that.
I rather get the feeling he decided because he got the penalty, he just didn't bother setting a lap. Jamie in the McLaren also has a penalty, although he is through. So he's got a chance of a much better start.
Although at this track all can happen at turn 1, so maybe it's not the worst idea that he's at the back.
True, true.
Maybe that's just a Division 5 thing.
Well, I was expecting some Turn 1 shenanigans in Div 2, but amazingly, that was actually the cleanest race I've had in this division, I think. Didn't see any nonsense at Turn 1 at all, and I'm genuinely surprised by it.
Harry's managed to sneak out in front of Nifty. Who lets him through? sure 16 can take the championship tonight.
Knows in that, actually. That could be something we can keep an eye on.
Looks like Mercedes has had a moment.
I believe that would have been Nifty Nasri. He's just coming through Sector 1.
It was Karma, I think, had a moment through the left-hander.
Okay, my bad.
I believe that was an overlap here. Alpha, and he's not got a front wing. Alpha's had some sort of big contact with the barrier. He's just running around without a wing at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, he's got 7 minutes and 40 seconds roughly to get back to the pits and change that way. Nifty Nasri won 18.2. First lap of Q2. Harry does better with a 118 flat.
So I've just looked at the calendar, just trying to do the maths in my head, because of course next week Paul Ricard will be a sprint race. If Ipswich holds at least a 60-point gap at the end of this race, he will win the championship. And he's currently 62 points.
So is it possible that Bradshaw takes it?
I said
I
Ipswich,
mean,
didn't I?
that's... yes.
Don't worry, I won't quit my day job. No, I meant Bradshaw. If Bradshaw has at least a 60-point gap. Oh boy.
I had to go to Muddy Biscuits for that fact. Statistics.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jamie's going to be the next person to start a lap here.
Yep.
Turn 1 and 2 are so important around here because it sets you up for the long right-hander of turn 3.
Absolutely.
You set up for first sector.
I find it rather similar to the S sections at USA track, because if you get one part of that bit wrong, you're kind of mucked up for the whole section. It's very much the same here. Excuse me.
I believe that is the Williams of Alpha. Which it seems to be.
And Alpha's on an outlap, Oh,
Oh,
Jamie's
and
lost it.
Jamie
Ah.
spun it. Not spun it, but lost it.
Too much
That is
curb on the
unfortunate.
exit. The back end just steps out on him.
It really is the penultimate part of your lap going in there.
Yeah. He's got time. He has got plenty of time to recover.
Yes.
Speaking of Alpha,
Alpha
we'll
have-
hop on with him.
After having a big hit with the wall, I believe, he's back out with the front line. He got invalidated his lap. He does have purple middle sector though. Very good through there. Oh,
That would be
Mercedes had a moment.
TX1 Karma.
Oh, and
and
he's
he's gone 18.6. That would have put him. He's gone way too far to the left, right at the end of the lap there.
He'll be absolutely gutted with that.
Yeah, and don't know what happened to Karma there. It's just kind of facing the wrong way on the exit.
Tekka's next across the line. Keeps it within the track limits, opens the DRS all the way down, puts in P4 the 118.3.
Nice. And the only other person on a lap is... He is not going to be setting a time on it.
And he's got no battery left either.
Yeah. I think right at the end of the lap, that would be a this and next lap invalid, wouldn't it?
I believe he's just going to come into the pit lane after this,
Yeah.
as we have some cars coming back out.
Appears to be on a lap at the moment.
Team is going to have to watch out here.
See, they're switched on.
Very nice game. All the way to the line now, and that puts him P2 the 118.032. Egon's starting his lap. Haas is going to have to get out of the way if he wants to keep his momentum. Purple's second sector as well. Let's make or break his lap as he comes in at this chicane. Seems to get through relatively nicely. Easy on the throttle as you come around that corner, slamming on the DRS. That's going to put him P2, just in front of Stevie Bradshaw.
And Grace O'Rourke did briefly hop up to P3, but has pushed down to P4 with Egon's time. We've got Willie in the AlphaTauri just finishing up his lap. He's taking his teammate
Really
with
putting on
him.
the top time. 1:17.9, that's a brilliant lap from him.
Indeed, as Epic Frenchie goes into P7 just behind him.
I'm assuming he's trying to burn some fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuel that he's got on board.
Either that or they've still not fixed that glitch where the engine audio is just maxed out.
Start his lap. Relatively nice through turns 1 and 2. Long right hander of turn 3.
Switch in the Aston Martin. Harry Dwarfs that wasn't compromised by that. As we hop and
Harry has lost it a little bit. He's gone in and that his thing. Using that, it's in P to the 1:17.7. Harry though.
yeah, it's a very good lap from Harry, and oh, and that will unfortunately see him knocked out of this session. We'll hop on now with Jamie TC09 in the McLaren as he
P3 1:17, and that's been beaten by Alpha.
I'll get back to you on that later.
Quicker than mine.
My pace. Normally it's a Monday night, Wednesday, so I can't actually race on the Wednesday. Both McLarens going out tonight.
Harry Dwarf unable to set a lap in that qualifying.
Ooh.
Nifty Nazari 5-place grid penalty for illegal lock-in.
His AI stuck between the two Astons. That is ridiculous. Nifty Nasri, along with the two Aston Martins, Bradshaw and Ipswich, they AI, and for some reason it thinks Nasri's blocking. Oh, Nasri's been
is there anything they
absolutely...
can do about that?
I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna...
That is unbelievable. Well, we move on to Q3 now, 12 minutes for these 10 drivers to fight out for pole. Is it even a question to ask who you think may take this?
Well, judging by what I've seen, topping Q1 and Q2, I think my money's on Harry. Far Cry, I want to see what the stream looks like so I can see if I can fix it or not. Just swap to these guys a second. Don't really... And reversing Sir Nasri. There, Karma. Again, this game seems to be really biased towards the Mercedes suddenly. Nasri getting Go figure. But he was track as long as he was, of course, no one else around. Gonna assume he didn't know about that. I don't care about Chromebooks, just show me the stream. What, that advert every time you just click off and then onto the stream again. I'm just trying to see if there's actually live streams for the league, and I know that it does say to put it on 720, but I know my internet cannot handle that, so I've dropped it to 480 when I'm doing it. And it seems to be working okay, it's just, unfortunately tonight seems to be a night where it's not working. I apologise, Easton, it doesn't appear to have been improving, but I don't think there's anything I can actually do about that myself. I can see there is a bit of a stutter now and then, but that's... I don't know what I can do, that's kind of what it is. I've made changes to see what I can keep. Indeed we do, and speaking of that fight, here comes one of the protagonists for it, Mr. Your comments are duly noted. The rest of the guys are leaving it rather late if they want to come out for another lap. And no sooner have I said that, as they're now... Of course. Well, it's going to be close then. That is by no... Ipswich starting his lap as well. Now, and I really should have picked up on earlier, there's no McLarens in Q3. So, in terms of the championship, it is very much advantage Bradshaw. Of course, he already has. But of course, with no McLarens in the top for Bradshaw, hopefully Desborough can make up some ground later. And it's by the merest of distances as well, as Bradshaw goes to P4. Because I'm just being whinged at constantly.